Hello Brad, Mike Aschenbach here from the Kohler Golf Academy. Here is a review of the lesson that we had this morning. I will start by just playing your swing in slow motion so you can take a look at it. So this was before we had done any work at all. Alright, let's dive into this a little bit. So the first thing we did is we talked a lot about the ball position and how that affects your golf swing. I'm going to draw a line straight up. So here's where we started. And you can see that that ball is starting a little bit back of center, which I'm going to skip the swing part and go right down to impact, which put us in a position right there where this club head had passed your hands and we had kind of a flip motion happening in the back. So the first thing we switched up was your ball position. So here's the revised swing. And now that ball's going right up the buttons of your shirt, maybe slightly to your left side, which is perfect. Now if I rotate you around on this golf swing, we'll go in slow motion. There's takeaway, nice full turn. Shift forward, rotate down to hit the golf ball. There's the hit, and again you can see that same similar impact position, and we'll talk about that more in detail shortly. And here's the rotation coming through. So first thing we talked about was ball position. Second thing we talked about was the hip rotation. Now if you just focus in on your right hip here, comes down and right there it kind of stops rotating through your swing. And what I asked you to do is from the top here is to have a quick right hip. So it's a good swing thought. Is how fast can you rotate your right hip around your left side. Keep that motion going. That'll post you up on your left leg a little more aggressively, and it'll also get you to turn through that ball more aggressively. And the return will be a faster club head speed, and again it'll hopefully get you to a better impact position. So just so you have a reference, I'm going to grab Tiger's swing here. Rotate Tiger around and just bring him back down to impact and revisit what we talked about. So here a good thing to look at, he's got lag between his arm and his golf club, about a 90-degree angle right there. You can watch that angle all the way down to the ball. Angle's still there, angle's still there, and now he's going to release, and right there is key. That nice straight line down to the golf ball. Now we're going to grab one of your swings again. I'm going to take you to that same position. So there's that same lag in your swing. Leg down, and if we can hold that leg a little longer, you can see it's slightly released there. And now we're back here, and we've got this angle. Club head to shoulder, you can see the angle where we're not quite in a straight line, so that's something to continue to work on. And the best part about that is once you start getting that club to lean more to the target, you're going to lower that ball flight, and that's one of the things we had talked about that you wanted to address. So that's down the body line. Again, ball position, make sure it's starting in the center of your body or slightly ahead, depending on what club you're using. Club shaft is always going to, the butt end of the club will be about an inch in front of your belt buckle. And then rotate that right hip through as fast as you can. Alright, now we're going to switch it up. Grab one of your swings that's down the target line. Alright. Play this in slow motion for you so you can see it a few times. So if you remember, we talked about your swing plane, and the way that club goes around your body is very good. The one thing we did work on was the club face position. So I'm going to stop the swing right here. Rotate your club back. And this is one of the ones after we had worked on it a little bit. The toe to the ball is very important. Remember, if there's a mirror on the club face, it's going to point at your golf ball on that first piece of the takeaway. So from here, we'll rotate you up. And now, even though it's hard to see right here, if I draw a line down, the toe's hanging down to the ground a little bit. So the club face, it tells us the club face is slightly open. Again, we want the toe of the club to match your left arm. So if we can get that toe to turn up a little bit, get you in a stronger position. Now we're going to bring you back down. Real important, this golf club is laying on your left forearm here. This is a great hitting position to be in. Wouldn't change that at all. The one thing again here, we could get that toe a little more turned in. Help us drive forward, get the club to lean to the target. Now there's impact. The release, you can see the butt end of the club here, that's very good. Now again, turn through that golf ball a little more aggressively. Here's the golf club again, very good position coming through. And there was the full finish. So we did talk a little bit about your hand position here, where the golf club is. That was more of a punch swing, is what we'd call that. It wasn't quite a full release through. So again, that right hip turning through, I can't say it enough. Keep that thing moving, get a nice full release, and continue to work on that club face in the backswing. That too will help with the ball flight, get you a little bit lower, get you a little more power. That ball come off the club face a little bit hotter. Thanks for coming in. It's nice to work with you. You got a very nice swing. Keep on golfing.